Let me give you a number that is going to make absolutely no sense to you. 40%. 40% of Americans earning between $300,000 and $500,000 a year are living paycheck to paycheck. Let that land for a second. Not people earning $20,000. Not people working minimum wage jobs. People pulling in $500,000 every single year. More money than 98% of the planet will ever see. Are one missed paycheck away from financial panic. And it gets worse. The same Goldman Sachs report found that 40% of people earning over $500,000 a year are also living paycheck to paycheck. So let me ask you something. If $500,000 a year cannot make someone financially free, what exactly is the point of earning more money? That question is what this entire video is about. Because the answer is not what most people expect. It has nothing to do with taxes, nothing to do with bad luck, and nothing to do with the economy. It has everything to do with a silent financial trap that is specifically designed to grow as your income grows. A trap that gets stronger the more successful you become. And a trap that almost nobody talks about until it has already eaten their entire financial future alive. It is called lifestyle inflation. And before I show you how to escape it, I want to make a promise to you. By the end of this video, I am going to reveal a single math equation, just one rule, that will automatically guarantee you never fall into this trap, no matter if you earn $50,000 or $500,000. But first, you need to understand exactly how this trap operates in the real world. Let me start with a story. Meet Daniel. Daniel is 24 years old, fresh out of college, and just landed his first real job. His starting salary is $45,000 a year. He moves into a small apartment. He drives a used car with 150,000 miles on it. He cooks at home most nights. He buys clothes when he genuinely needs them. Life is not luxurious, but Daniel is actually saving around $600 a month. He feels in control. He is building something. Fast forward 3 years. Daniel gets a big promotion. His salary jumps to $70,000 a year. His income grew by more than 50%. Incredible, right? So how much more is Daniel saving now? Nothing. In fact, Daniel is saving slightly less than he was at $45,000. Here's what happened. When Daniel got his promotion, a completely natural, completely human thought entered his brain. He told himself, I worked hard for this. I deserve better. And he was right. He did work hard. He did deserve better. So he upgraded his lifestyle. But let's look at the microscopic math of how he did it, because this is where the trap hides. He didn't go out and buy a mansion. He just upgraded his apartment to a nicer building in a better neighborhood. Monthly rent went from $900 to $1,400. That's an extra $500 a month. Completely reasonable for his new salary. Then, he traded in his old car for a brand new one on finance. Monthly car payment, $450. He started eating out just 2 more times a week. Better restaurants, more frequently. That's another $300 a month. He upgraded his phone to the newest model on a monthly plan. He added a premium gym membership. He started buying higher quality clothes because the new job and the new title required him to look the part. Every single one of those decisions, in isolation, felt completely justified. If you asked Daniel about any single one of them, he could give you a perfectly logical explanation. But together, those tiny, reasonable micro-upgrades formed a financial black hole. They absorbed every single dollar of his raise. And then some. His income went up $25,000 a year. His expenses went up $26,000 a year. Daniel is now earning significantly more money than he was 3 years ago, and yet he has less financial security than he did as a broke 24-year-old. If his company goes under tomorrow, he is in immediate trouble. This is lifestyle inflation, and it is happening to millions of people right now, at every income level, all the way up to $500,000 a year. Now here is the part that most finance videos skip. Most people think lifestyle inflation is just about being irresponsible with money. They think it's greed, or vanity, or just being bad with finances. That is not what this is. Lifestyle inflation is hardwired into human psychology. It has a scientific name, the hedonic treadmill. Here's how it works. Your brain is not built to feel happy about things you already have. From an evolutionary perspective, your brain is built to chase things you do not have yet. The moment you get the new apartment, the new car, the new phone, a burst of dopamine hits your system. But dopamine has a very short half-life. Within about 2 to 4 weeks, your brain registers that new luxury as the new normal. The excitement fades. You stop noticing the premium leather seats. You stop noticing the view from the new apartment. You do not enjoy what you have. You simply adapt to it. This means that every upgrade you make to your lifestyle, your brain rapidly recalibrates to that as the new baseline. And suddenly, the next level up starts to look like a necessity instead of a luxury. The person who used to dream about earning $100,000 a year is miserable at $100,000 a year because now they are comparing themselves to people earning $200,000. The person who dreamed about a 2-bedroom apartment feels cramped in that same apartment after 6 months. This is not a character flaw. This is biology. Your brain is literally designed this way to keep you moving forward. But when applied to modern money, this biology becomes fatal. Because here is the ultimate problem. The hedonic treadmill moves faster than your salary can run. And the faster you earn, the faster it spins. That is why Goldman Sachs data shows that high earners, people bringing home $500,000 a year, are just as financially stressed as people earning $50,000. Because their treadmill is spinning at an insane speed. Private school fees, luxury SUVs on lease, massive mortgages on impressive homes, country club memberships, business class flights, designer, everything. The lifestyle got bigger. The treadmill got faster. The stress stayed exactly the same. Only now, the cost of one bad month is not a late credit card payment. It is total financial collapse. Why do we do this to ourselves? Why do we let the treadmill win? It is because of an invisible tax we all pay without realizing it. The ego tax. We live in a culture that confuses spending with wealth. If someone drives a $100,000 car, we automatically think, wow, they are rich. But in reality, the only thing you know for certain about that person is that they have $100,000 less than they did before they bought the car, or they have a massive monthly debt obligation. Society puts an immense amount of pressure on us to signal our success. When your income goes up, your social circle shifts. Suddenly, your coworkers are golfing at nicer clubs. Your friends are vacationing in Europe. Your neighbors are remodeling their kitchens. And quietly, subconsciously, your brain tells you that if you don't match them, you are falling behind. But here is the brutal irony of the ego tax. The more money you spend trying to look rich to other people, the less actual money you have to build real, unshakable wealth for yourself. You are trading your actual freedom tomorrow for the temporary admiration of strangers today. Let me show you what this actually costs in real numbers over a lifetime. Because this is where it gets genuinely painful. Let's take 2 people, both earning $70,000 a year at age 25. Over their careers, let's assume they both get steady raises and promotions, mirroring each other exactly. Person A falls into the lifestyle inflation trap. Every time they get a raise, their spending goes up by the exact same amount. If they get a $5,000 raise, they get a $5,000 better lifestyle. They are always spending about 95% of whatever they earn. They never build real savings. At 65 years old, after 40 years of hard work, they are entirely dependent on Social Security. Person B does something different. Every time they get a raise, they let their lifestyle go up by 50% of that raise, and they invest the other 50% immediately. They still enjoy life. They still upgrade their cars and apartments. They just do not upgrade everything all at once. Assuming a standard 10% annual investment return in an index fund, here is what happens at age 65. Person A, 0 investment savings. Completely dependent on a Social Security paycheck of around $1,800 a month. That is it. The lifestyle they spent 40 years inflating instantly collapses because the income stopped. Person B holds over $1.4 million in investment accounts. The monthly income generated from those investments alone, without even touching the principal, is around $11,000. Both people earned exactly the same salary throughout their entire careers. Both people enjoyed lifestyle upgrades as they went. The only difference was what they did with 50% of each raise. 50% of the increase. That is the entire gap between a retirement of $1,800 a month and $11,000 a month. Now let me add one more layer to this that makes it even more urgent right now. Inflation continues to push the cost of housing, food, transportation, and healthcare higher every year. For many households, everyday expenses have been rising as fast as, or faster than, wage growth. This means lifestyle inflation is no longer just a personal choice problem. The treadmill is being pushed faster by economic forces completely outside your control. If you are just keeping your spending flat, you are actually sliding backward. The only people staying ahead of the system are the ones who made the conscious decision to invest a portion of every single raise before lifestyle inflation could absorb it. So what do you actually do? How do you step off the treadmill? Here are 3 specific, non-negotiable steps. Step 1. Define what enough looks like before your next raise. Most people never do this. They simply let their lifestyle expand automatically and indefinitely. Before your next promotion, sit down with a piece of paper and write the number. What monthly lifestyle cost is actually enough for you to feel comfortable, safe, and happy? Write it down. Commit to it. When the raise inevitably comes, that number stays fixed. The difference between what you were spending and what you now earn goes directly into investments. Automatically, before it ever hits your checking account. Step 2. Apply the 50% rule to every raise you ever get. This is the promise I made you at the beginning of the video. The 50% rule. Whenever you get a raise, a bonus, or a financial windfall, you split it down the middle. Half goes to lifestyle improvements. Go buy the nicer shoes. Go take the better vacation. You earned it. But the other half goes directly into an index fund. This one rule, applied consistently over a career, is responsible for creating more ordinary, self-made millionaires than almost any other habit in personal finance. It allows you to enjoy your current life while simultaneously securing your future. Step 3. Stop comparing your life to the people around you. This is the hardest one. Because as we discussed, the hedonic treadmill does not run in isolation. It runs on comparison. The neighbor with the new Tesla, the colleague with the luxury watch, the person on Instagram posting from a beach in Greece. Here is the truth about those people that you need to memorize. A massive portion of them are financing that lifestyle with debt they cannot afford. Most of what looks like wealth on the outside is often borrowed money dressed up as success. The person driving the 10-year-old Honda, living in the modest house, and bringing packed lunches to work may be sitting on a 7-figure investment account that nobody can see. Real wealth is invisible. Fake wealth is very loud. Here is the final thought I want to leave you with today. The salary is not the destination. The salary is just the raw material. What you build with that raw material is entirely up to you. You can run faster and faster on the hedonic treadmill, upgrading everything every single time your income goes up, and arrive at 65 with nothing but a garage full of depreciated luxury goods and memories of nice restaurants. Or you can take 50% of every raise, every bonus, every windfall, and quietly, invisibly, over 20 or 30 years, build something that most people will never have. Options. Freedom. The absolute ability to say no. The people earning $500,000 a year and still living paycheck to paycheck made a choice. Not a dramatic, obvious choice. They made 1,000 small, reasonable-sounding choices over a decade that added up to the exact same result. You are making those same small choices right now, every single month. The question is, are you making them consciously, or is the treadmill making them for you? If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more content on personal finance, wealth building, and money psychology. In the next video, we're going to talk about one financial ratio that wealthy people track obsessively, and that almost nobody learns in school. It takes only a few minutes to understand, but it can completely change how you evaluate every financial decision you make. See you then.